Coverage you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9. Sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
We have new details in the case against a Fort Mitchell woman accused of killing her husband. Find out what happened as she makes her first court appearance.
The man officers say is responsible for a weekend of terror is in custody. The latest as we learn more about him is coming up.
And we're kicking off this Tuesday pretty quiet across the Chattahoochee Valley. The last couple of days of summer are upon us, and what will they bring? I'll break down your full forecast ahead.
Hello there and welcome into the Tuesday edition of News Leader 9 Morning. I'm Chuck Leonard.
I'm Cheryl Renee.
Had to pause. You know, if you're ever off on a Monday, the next day seems like Monday all day
off
long.
a day, exactly. She said a couple of more days.
Yes, fall is just about here. What time of day does it hit, Liz?
It hits about 9:30 in the morning-ish on Thursday morning. So yeah, the countdown is on. Wish we could get some fall weather in here, but that's really not going to be the case for the next coming days. We're going to keep those temperatures well above average for this time of year, low 90s for those afternoon highs. So right now, though, we are waking up. It is pretty quiet, pretty nice, pretty comfortable. 73 degrees in Columbus right now, clear sky, 71 in Auburn. We woke up yesterday, a lot of clouds and foggy conditions. Not really the case this morning. As we have some drier air in place, helping things out cloud-wise and rain-wise. We bring in the rain chance rather low for this Tuesday and for the next couple of days. Just a very low chance of showers as it will take us through the rest of the work week. So if you're headed up to Atlanta for a flight, 89 degrees is going to be your forecast. Shouldn't see many weather delays if you're headed to Atlanta. And for your drive-in, a green, as well as for your commute home, also a green. Again, a very low chance to see any rain. Most folks are going to stay dry and warm, low 90s for those afternoon highs. We'll get more on that forecast, though, coming up.
Thank you much. It is 2 minutes now after 5 o'clock. We have more details this morning from Fort Mitchell, where a woman who deputies say admitted to killing her husband is in jail. Lisa Brown is being held on a $200,000 bond for the murder of her husband, Daniel. She made her first court appearance Monday. Authorities say Brown shot her husband Saturday afternoon at their home on Stony Mill Lane. The Russell County Sheriff says the Browns were in the process of getting a divorce. Coming up on 3 after the hour, in a developing story, the man police say set off 3 bombs in New York and New Jersey is in custody on a $5 million bond. Ahmad Rahami faces 5 counts of attempted murder of a police officer after a shootout before his arrest. Authorities connected Rahami to the bombing through surveillance video Saturday in New York City. 2 explosions took place that day at Seaside Park, New Jersey, and in New York City's Chelsea neighborhood. Then a bag of explosives was found Sunday in Elisabeth, New Jersey.
Now that we have this suspect in custody, the investigation can focus on other aspects, such as whether this individual acted alone and what his motivations may have been.
Rahami was arrested in Linden, New Jersey. 2 officers were injured but are expected to recover. We have new details this morning following the impact of a leak in the Colonial gas pipeline in Alabama. Many station owners say they could run out of gasoline within the next few days if they haven't already. AAA says prices of other goods have gone up because stores are having to use alternate forms of transporting the product to their stores. They say the price jump shouldn't last much longer.
Prediction is they should have the pipeline operational again by the end of this week, and that's the key to getting gas to all these gas stations around the southeast, is having that pipeline operational. So the sooner we get that back going full speed again, the sooner this issue is going to go away.
Yesterday, Georgia Governor Nathan Deal signed an executive order banning price gouging for fuel. Alabama Governor Robert Bentley says he is impressed with the response from the Colonial Pipeline administrators. And while many people in both Georgia and Alabama are directly feeling the impact of the gasoline shortage, there may be a few ways to conserve and save on fuel before you head back to the pump. News Leader 9's Marla Spence joins us now with more details. Good morning, Marla.
Good morning, Chuck. With several gas stations in the area with low or no gas, the demand for fuel could be high and so could the price. So before you go to fill up your tank, here are a few things that can save you a few coins. When headed to the pump, it's recommended to pay with cash. Yes, a swipe can be easy, but racking up surcharges can hit your pockets pockets hard. Also, it's recommended to fill up at the right time. Prices typically go up on Thursdays, and that's right before the weekend. So weekday morning could be the best choice if you want to save a few bucks. Also, keep your car in shape. Having the proper maintenance in a clean car can reduce the amount of gas you are burning in your vehicle. Having heavy items in your trunk can cause you to visit the pump more frequently. Also, taking advantage of loyalty programs that are offered that can offer gas deals at stores that can be redeemed at the pump can also be a great way to save. Programs like Winn-Dixie and Kroger and BP, they're all programs offered at these locations, and they'll be able to rack up some points that you'll be able to redeem at the pump. Back to you guys.
All right, Marla, thank you much.
It is now 5 after the hour. A new law is in effect that will reshape education for students across the Chattahoochee Valley. The Every Student Succeeds Act was signed into law in December, replacing No Child Left Behind. News Leader 9's Arisha Jones met with parents in Columbus to find out how their children will be impacted.
And until we put the student as number one and meeting the needs of that student, we will not be successful in improving the education, no matter how much we spend.
Several opinions and ideas were tossed around on how to improve educational needs of students under the Every Student Succeeds Act.
We've been given a lot of flexibility from the federal government as far as putting Georgia's imprint or footprint on our plan, and so we're taking advantage of flexibility that's been given to us.
State Superintendent of Georgia, Richard Woods, is going around the state holding listening sessions like this one at Northside High School in Columbus. So far, he's heard several concerns from parents. They want to see change for their child.
There's always a concern of testing, the amount of testing, and how we're using testing in the state of Georgia, and how that relates to the ESSA, or the Every Student Succeeds Act. But also, I think, trying to address needs of the total child. You know, not seeing it just as, our kids coming to school taking a test, but, looking at things such as maybe fine arts.
Every Student Succeeds Act replaces the law known as No Child Left Behind. It will allow states and local districts to develop plans addressing standardized testing and low-performing schools.
The difference between ESSA and No Child Left Behind is the flexibility that the federal government is giving us as states. And I think that is so important because now we actually have a plan. Instead of coming from the top down, it's coming from the bottom up, and very reflective of local concerns and local control.
And information from the listening session will be used to help write a state plan to be presented to the federal government for approval.
The Every Student Succeeds Act takes full effect in the 2017-18 school year.
Happening today, Georgia's First Lady will be visiting students in Lumpkin. Sandra Deal will be at Stewart County Elementary and Middle Schools at 10:30 this morning as part of the Reach Georgia Signing Day. Reach Georgia is a needs-based mentorship and scholarship program. It starts in 8th grade, where students are paired with a mentor and academic coach. Those who graduate the program are awarded a $10,000 scholarship. In Muskogee County today, 8 new middle school students will become part of the REACH program. The signing ceremony starts at 9:15 this morning at the Public Education Center on Macon Road. The students and their parents will sign contracts to uphold the program requirements. REACH Georgia started in 2012.
Happening today in Phoenix City, the school district is holding a family night to demonstrate the real-world applications of STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. It's from 6 to 8 at Sherwood Elementary School, and it's the first of 6 events for students and their families.
Yeah, you can talk about science, technology, math, and all that stuff, but knowing how to apply it is key.
That's right. And science, some math, technology. That sounds like Elisabeth D'Amore.
Well, it certainly does. Let's get a check on not only the weather, but our traffic as well. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning, guys, and a very happy Tuesday to you. Wanted to show you those traffic conditions. So before we get to the math and science, we do have a construction zone there on 185 northbound right at 280 in Opelika, and it looks like it's slowing down traffic some. I'm not expecting this to go all the way through the morning, but something we want to keep in mind if you're leaving early this Tuesday, expect some delays 185 northbound in Opelika. Traffic conditions back in Columbus, we're looking at Macon, Veterans, and Manchester, all moving pretty smoothly, and shouldn't see any major traffic tie-ups in from the weather, of course. We're looking at those visibility numbers mainly at 10, so that's good. We had some very patchy fog yesterday in the morning, really not the case this Tuesday. So as we look at the radar, also dry and should keep it that way for most of the day. A slight chance of a passing shower later this afternoon possible, but most folks are just going to stay dry, sunny, and hot. We're looking at those temperatures reaching the low 90s this afternoon. We'll keep the warmth around at least for a couple of days before the official start of fall on Thursday. I'll break down the full forecast coming up.
Thank you much. We look forward to it as always. It's exactly 10 minutes now past 5. And coming up on News Leader 9 Morning, the cleanup resumes in parts of Georgia from Tropical Storm Hermine, which hit 2 weeks ago. Find out what officials say is responsible for the delay. Plus,
and he said, Mama, I love you. He said, I'm about to leave you, but I love you. And I said, you say, keep talking to me.
In the next half hour of News Leader 9 Morning, an emotional interview with an Auburn woman whose son was shot over the weekend. How she recalls what happened in a WTVM exclusive is coming up.